Good evening. Tonight we're talking about the Philippines, not just for its beaches but for its new role in global security. While tourists dream of island getaways, the US military is making a major comeback, expanding its presence on Philippine bases. This isn't just nostalgia, it's a direct response to rising tensions in the Indo-Pacific, especially with China's growing assertiveness. The South China Sea is a flashpoint, and the US-Philippines alliance is now at the center of a high-stakes regional contest. These moves will impact millions, shape global trade, and could even tip the balance between superpowers. The choices made today in Washington and Manila will ripple worldwide, affecting everything from your tech to global stability. So what does this renewed partnership really mean for the region, and for all of us? The US is expanding its real estate in the Philippines. Through the Enhanced Defense Cooperation Agreement, or EDCA, the US can use parts of Philippine military bases, like a strategic Airbnb. The number of EDCA sites just jumped from 5 to 9, with new locations near Taiwan and the South China Sea. Bases in Cagayan are close to Taiwan. Balabac Island faces the contested Spratly Islands. The US can pre-position equipment, build facilities, and rotate troops, without owning the bases. Not everyone's happy. Some fear being caught in a superpower rivalry. For years, the alliance was symbolic. Now, US assets are closer to the action than in decades. The new EDCA sites form a strategic arc, signaling America's long-term return to the region. It's a bold bet on deterrence and a gamble with global consequences. So how's China reacting? Not well. Beijing sees the US expansion as classic containment, accusing Washington of stoking Cold War tensions. The South China Sea is the main friction point. China claims almost all of it, despite a 2016 tribunal ruling in favor of the Philippines. China's response? Ignore the ruling, build artificial islands, and ramp up maritime aggression. Now with US forces nearby, the calculus changes. The Philippines has a powerful ally at its back. US presence raises the cost of Chinese aggression, but also the risk of dangerous incidents. One misstep could escalate fast. The region is on edge. Southeast Asian neighbors like Vietnam and Malaysia watch closely, wary of being forced to pick sides. The US says it's defending a free and open Indo-Pacific, but China sees it as America clinging to dominance. The Philippines is now at the epicenter of this clash of worldviews. The US expansion is both shield and provocation. It deters, but also inflames. Allies are reassured, but some are uneasy about being drawn into a superpower showdown. The hope is stability through strength. The fear is a catastrophic miscalculation. The South China Sea is now a stage crowded with military might, and the stakes couldn't be higher. Every close call, every confrontation risks spiraling out of control. The Philippines' new role is both opportunity and peril. The world is watching to see if deterrence works, or if the region slides toward conflict. The next move could change everything. The US and China are locked in a tense standoff, and the Philippines is right in the middle. The outcome is uncertain, but the risks are real. The US-Philippines relationship is a century-old saga: colonialism, war, partnership, and plenty of drama. Under Duterte, ties soured as he courted China and threatened to cut military agreements. But President Marcos Jr. has pivoted sharply back to the US, seeking security as China's promises faded and aggression grew. The new alliance brings joint patrols, military exercises, and economic incentives, like US investment in tech and green energy. For Manila, it's pragmatic. The Philippines can't face China alone, but not everyone's convinced. Nationalists fear a return to dependency and worry the bases are targets, not shields. Memories of US colonialism and disruptive bases linger, fueling debate over sovereignty. Activists warn the Philippines risks becoming a pawn in a superpower game. The government must balance public skepticism with the need for security and US support. Human rights concerns and old grievances still complicate the partnership. Polls show Filipinos distrust China and lean toward the US, but consensus is elusive. The alliance is back at center stage, but it's a delicate dance. Shared threats bind the countries, but history haunts them. The relationship is renewed, but fragile. The Philippines gains protection, but at the cost of greater risk. The US gets a strategic foothold, but must tread carefully. Both sides hope to manage rivalry without repeating past mistakes. The stakes are higher than ever. The future of the alliance and the region hangs in the balance. Can old friends navigate new dangers? That's the challenge ahead. So, where does this leave us? The US and Philippines are making a high-stakes bet that a stronger alliance will keep the peace. But the risks are huge. One miscalculation could spark a crisis with global fallout. The region is tense, the world is watching, and the outcome is uncertain. Is this a smart move for stability, or a provocation that could backfire? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. For more on global security, hit subscribe. Thanks for watching.